Beneath the Pain. Coming in hot. I love it. Ooh, that's gonna make me cry. Okay.
With everything left unsaid, it's gonna tear us apart.
Hey y'all, I'm Taylor. I'm a therapist and I love metal music and I'm so excited. I literally, you guys have no idea. I got this song in my inbox and I biked 30 minutes home just so that I could film this react so I can bike back to work because I am that excited about this new song. It's the new Silent Planet song. But before we get into this, there's something that you have to know. We have a support wall. What's that? It's a place where you can open up about anything that you're feeling and our community will hear you and provide support and encouragement and just reply with lots of love and care. Coolest part about that is that you don't have to go anywhere for it. It's right here on YouTube in the comments. So anytime you hear me say something or the lyrics remind you of something and you want to receive support or even just share, you can tag @HeartSupport and share how you're feeling or what you're going through. We want to be there for you. That's why we exist. So please use the comments. They are a safe place to open up about anything and everything. There is nothing too big. There is nothing too small. We are here. Okay, so the new Silent Planet song. Silent Planet is one of my favorite bands ever because I think that Garrett has the most beautiful lyrics. There's a ladybug on my window. Oh, that's a good omen. And also, fun fact, Garrett used to be a therapist, and so I'm really excited to listen to this song. It's called Collider. It's off their new album, Super Bloom, which is coming out soon. Okay, let us do it. All right, in 3, 2, 1. Coming in hot, I love it. So good. I love it.
Does it kill you to see me?
He sounds so good.
Under the same unfolding sky. Believe me, I have tried to search the stars for compromise, but none of us are innocent. My scars are witnesses. It's break the trap. I can still feel the darkness staring into my back. Break me down to where you're burning till you find the light inside belief. We stand through the night. I'm bleeding satellites. The past is an open wound. The moon won't forget the promises we left. Does the silence accuse you too? And I was just a fool not to see. Our bodies break the promises we keep. Meteors collide, past and present now collide. And I became the fears we tried to hide. Do you still wonder why? We stand through the night. I'm bleeding satellites. The past is an open wound. The moon won't forget the promises we left. Does the silence accuse you too? Beneath the pain, you I once knew still remains. You wish me dead 1,000 times, but every curse you feed me, all alchemy. Alchemize. I'll turn the dark to light. So feast your eyes. It's break the trap. I can still feel the dagger staring into my back. Bring me down to where you're burning till you find the light inside belief.
I'm gonna throw up. This is so good.
I wonder if we could fill the gaps between the stars. With everything left unsaid, it's gonna tear us apart. We stand through the night. I'm bleeding satellites. The past is an open wound. The moon won't forget
That was so good. I'm gonna throw up. Oh my God. Okay. Also, alchemize is like my favorite word in the English language. Okay, let's talk about it. Whew. Whew. Okay. No surprise to anyone, these lyrics are beautiful. Does the silence accuse you too? That just like hit me. And I think that in my experience, my personal experience, and from what I hear from my clients, is that silence is really accusing. And often because when we are in silence, when we are alone with our thoughts, we feel accused. We feel like we have to face what we haven't wanted to face, or we'll have to remember things that we don't want to remember, or ask ourselves questions about ourselves that we don't want to ask. We will often avoid the silence. And I notice this a lot with my clients in terms of outsourcing. We'll often outsource our problems and ask for continued advice from people around us. We will often avoid being alone and do anything we have to do to not be alone, including activities or hang out with people that we know aren't supportive for us, just so we don't have to face the silence. And then when we do face it, it often feels so overwhelming and crushing. We've been avoiding it for so long. And actually, the accusation that the silence holds is a gift. It will show you something about yourself and about your experience that may not be comfortable, probably won't be comfortable, but will be vital in order for you to learn from this experience and therefore help you avoid something similar in the future. For example, something that you might, let's say you're going through a breakup, and in the silence, you don't want to recognize the role that you played in choosing this relationship or in being a part of an unhealthy dynamic. So you never face the silence. And instead, you hang out with your friends, you start going on dates right away, even though you know that maybe that's not the best thing to do, and you fall into another relationship. And suddenly, you're experiencing the same patterns that you experienced this last time because you maybe avoided the silence. Now, let's say you didn't. Let's say you sat with it and it was hard and it showed you that the relationship that you were in was just a recreation of a dynamic that occurred between you and your parents, where maybe you didn't feel heard or maybe your needs weren't met. And you actually unconsciously sought that out so that you could try to heal that wound. Then you have that awareness and you know that that is something that you maybe unconsciously seek out. Bringing it to the conscious means that you can start to ask yourself questions about the next relationship you enter to hopefully prevent you from falling into a similar dynamic. The silence accuses, and it can be uncomfortable, but that accusation is actually so important. When you sit in silence, what do you feel accused of? Share below in the comments, tag at HeartSupport, and tell us, what feels hard to face? What does the silence bring up in you that is hard for you? We want to be there for you and support you through it. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Gosh. Okay. This kills me. Beneath the pain. Ooh, that's going to make me cry. Okay. Beneath the pain, the you I once knew still remains. This is so hard. And it's something that I see my clients struggle with a lot. And it's a passion of mine because I've personally struggled with it a lot and have had to learn a lot about how to create boundaries around this. And that is that each person has a true self within them. This is my belief. Each person has a true self within them. And that self is light, is beautiful, is kindness, is empathy, is joy. And each person has pain inside of them. It's the light and the shadow. And sometimes when we don't know our shadow, we don't know our pain comes in front of the light. And it makes us mean, it makes us angry, it makes us hurt people because hurt people hurt people. And it can be hard to remember that beneath that pain, there is still that person that is good at their core, while also acknowledging that just because underneath that pain there's a person that is good to their core does not mean that the person they are showing up as right now is a person that is healthy for us to be in relationship with, or we can be in relationship with. And that's really challenging for people who see the potential in others, for people, especially deep feelers. I find creative people, I find people in helping professions often can see the good in people. They can see the potential. It's very easy for them to see beneath the pain to that person's highest self, even if that person themselves can't see it. And so what often happens is they will try to be in relationship with that person because of their potential. They will stay in a relationship with that person who is only expressing their pain and isn't healing because they see their potential. And although being able to see someone's potential is a beautiful thing, in order to not bring your own pain to the forefront, in order to maintain in your highest self, in your highest, the best version of yourself, you cannot remain in a relationship with someone who is only showing you their best self through your version and vision of their potential. Because what will happen is they will pull more of your pain out of you. They will start to make you question yourself, and they'll cause you a lot of pain too. And so that's why it's really hard, but it's important to lovingly set boundaries around those types of people and to wait to enter relationships with them until they can at least acknowledge their pain and start to work towards healing it. It's kind of what we talked about with the antimatter, about how when two, if you haven't watched it yet, you can watch it. But when two broken people come together, it can either be a beautiful thing or a really destructive thing. And the difference is awareness around your pain and a desire to grow, right? And so it can be really hard during a breakup to lose someone and still know that somewhere underneath all of this pain, underneath all of this vitriol, underneath all of this hatred they're spewing at you, or they're talking to other people about you, or they're doing whatever, that there is still that good person. And sometimes pain gets in the way of them being able to be that person. And that is so hard. It's so hard to remember that and to create boundaries around it. Do you struggle with that? Do you feel like someone you love or loved isn't able to show up to their highest potential, or you have a hard time reconciling what they're doing and how they're acting to the person you used to know? Share in the comments and tag at HeartSupport. We'd love to encourage you. Meteors collide, past and present alchemize. But every curse you feed me, I'll alchemize. Alchemize, I'll turn the dark to light. I'll alchemize. Woo! So good. Alchemize is my favorite word. And it basically means to transform something seemingly in a magical way. I think that I love the word alchemize because I get to watch it every day. Like, that's what therapy is essentially alchemy and turning the past pain into future magic, present magic, future magic, turning the hurtful words that someone has shared about you or to you into empathy for others around you, turning the worst thing that's ever happened to you in your life into a blessing, into something you're grateful for. I actually want to share a personal experience here. It's something that I've recently seen alchemize, like full circle. I went through a really, really terrible breakup. This is not a unique experience, and I've seen it many times in my clients before. Yeah, I just want to share about me for a second, and hopefully some of you can relate. But I went through a really terrible breakup where the person I loved and I thought I knew, they could no longer be that person for me. And they did and said some terribly hurtful things. And I'd put a lot of my time into that person. And I unfortunately kind of lost myself in loving that person. I gave up things like going to shows that meant so much to me. And I thought that that was the worst thing that ever happened to me. I actually thought that it was, going to kill me. I've lost people before, and it felt like this whole new level, because what I know now is I not only was grieving the loss of this person, but also the loss of myself. So when I lost them, I lost my identity. And that is something that I never, ever thought that I would be able to turn into something good. I was like, there's no alchemy for this. There isn't. And for a long time, I couldn't believe that. And then I started to, do the work and go to therapy and heal and understand. And now I actually have a tattoo about it because I'm so grateful for that experience. I am truly, profoundly grateful. I believe that it has, with no doubt in my mind, made me who I am today, brought me to this current moment, and it's given me the gift of working to stay true to myself and to require that in any relationship that I'm in, I can be myself and I don't have to give away myself completely. And it's allowed me to feel more confident. It's allowed me to find people who are more aligned with my life and my values. And it was really hard to get to this place, but I went from feeling nothing but hatred to the universe or God or whatever you believe in for putting me in this experience. I felt nothing but sadness. I thought nothing good could come of it, to more gratitude than I felt for many experiences in my life. And that's alchemy. And it can be really hard in the moment to believe that that's going to happen for you, because I know I was there. I see my clients there all the time. It's gotten to the point where my clients tell me that they feel like they're in what Oprah calls the dark night of the soul, and they just feel like they don't see any way out. They don't see any hope. I almost am like, ooh, this is it. This is the magical part. And I tell them what I will tell you, which is, you don't have to see it yet, and you don't have to have hope for it yet, but I will hold hope for the both of us, that this experience will become something that someday you're grateful for. Someday you create purpose from, even if you're not grateful for it. And that's what I hope for you too. But in the meantime, if there is anything that you're going through that you feel like you're not going to be able to alchemize, or you're struggling to alchemize, or you don't even know what it would look like to alchemize, share it in the comments by tagging at HeartSupport, and we'll encourage you. Let's turn some darkness to light, y'all. Ooh. I love Silent Planet so much. If you haven't yet, watch my reaction to Antimatter. Watch our interviews with Garrett. Go stream Collider on all platforms. Pre-save the new album. Go give Garrett some love. Go give all of the Silent Planet boys some love. This is an amazing song. And go see them on tour with Dayseeker. Okay, I love you guys. And if there's anything else that you're struggling with that I didn't talk about but that you want to share, do it in the comments by tagging me on HeartSupport. Okay, have the best freaking day. Mwah!